The door of the penthouse opened. Jungkook stepped inside, his jacket still on, brows knitted. The silence of the place settled his immediately. It's too silent for the person living inside. Where is he? Dong? Jungkook called with concern. He moved to the hall, eyes scanning every corner, thoughts running in his head. If something touched him, if someone dared it, but then he stopped. On the couch, curled in on himself like a child, Dong lay trembling, his body shaking even in sleep, tears stained on his cheek, his hands clutching the hem of his shirt as if holding himself together. Jungkook squeezed painfully. He got angry, seeing Dong like that. Whatever had pressured him this state, he will not spare that person. His jaw clenched tightly, so tight it ached. Before he could even kneel, Dong stared, eyes red and sullen. The moment the force focused on Jungkook, he got up. Without a second thought, he threw himself into Jungkook's arms, hugging him like a desperate puppy. Why did you leave me? Tae's voice cracked, muffling against Jungkook's neck, and then, softly, he began kissing Jungkook's face, his cheeks, his jaw, his eyelids, not leaving a single part untouched. His tears mixed with kisses, rushed and messy, but he didn't stop. Jungkook, Dong. Jungkook's face swelled with unknown feeling. He wrapped his arm around the boy, protective. Tae, I got scared. Tae murmured, voice breaking into hiccups. I thought you left me because I'm not worthy of your friendship. Everyone says I am a curse. They all say I will run everyone who stays with me. I thought you believed them and left me too. The word hit Jungkook like a knife. His eyes flashed. His voice dropped low and dangerous. Who said that to you? Dong only shook his head against him, refusing to meet his gaze. Leave it, please. Just don't leave me too. His arms tightened, clenching as him. Jungkook might disappear if he let go. Jungkook exhaled softly, the fury simmering inside him. Whomever had dared to say such a thing, he will make sure they regret it. But right now, this broken boy in his arms mattered more than versions. Wordlessly, Jungkook sat down on the couch, adjusting Dong into his lap like he waited nothing. Dong's long legs settled on the both sides of Jungkook. His body curled up immediately against Jungkook's chest. Jungkook wrapped his arm firmly around his waist, his other hand gently stroking Dong's hair. Jungkook, you listen to me, Jungkook said, tilting Dong's chin so their eyes met. His voice was rough but also soft. You are not cursed. You are not unworthy. If anyone makes you feel like that again, I will make them regret breathing. Understood? Tae nodded scaredly. Even if they have called you unworthy, you know you are not unworthy. Jungkook hid his chin, not letting his eyes fall down. Tae nodded. When you know you are not unworthy, then why did you let them think like this? And even if they have thought about it, then you prove them wrong. They prove it that you are not unworthy. You are loved and can be loved by many. Prove them that they are wrong. It's fun when you prove them you are worthy and they calls you unworthy. You still haven't understood how satisfying it feels to walk down the alley of red carpet under their nose while many fans waves at you and then you turn back to them who called you unworthy, smirking at them, and then turn to your fans. No words need to say how worthy you are, only your success. And I believe soon you are gonna be the star everyone loved. Dong was hearing him with big doe eyes. Do you think so? Jungkook nurses his nose with ties. I don't think, I'm sure. One day you will walk down the alley of red carpet and make me proud, make yourself proud. Tae only buried his face into Jungkook's neck, humming softly as he limped, face so shy to hold Jungkook's kiss. His body, which was trembling, began to relax under Jungkook's warmth, and so on that couch Jungkook held him, Dong small, broken, but clutching him with everything he had, while Jungkook swore silently to never let him feel abandoned again. Dong, a sleepy voice. Why did you leave? I went to meet you in the office room, but you weren't there. Jungkook, heart clenched, and how fragile he looked. He leaned down, brushing his lips against Thong's neck. I had to important meeting with an investor. He called me urgently, so I went to meet him. I couldn't tell you, baby. I'm sorry. The word baby echoed in Thong's chest, fluttering his heart like secret melody. Shankar shushed as Drowsy shifted until they were both laying on the couch together, tangled on the couch. Shankar's gaze studied him, the curve of his lip, the faint puffiness of crying, the dedicated beauty that never seemed real. Shankar whispered, "The director, he is already impressed by your acting and by your pretty face. He told me to tell you that you really are the most beautiful person alive he has ever seen." Thong blinked, a small pout forming. Why didn't he tell me himself? Jungkook, he didn't want to make your wrong impression. He said you look fragile, so he asked me to pass the word on his word. He wanted to praise you, but he thought it might overwhelm you. Thong's lips parted slightly. Did he really like me and my acting? Shankar without hesitation. Yes, he did. Very much. Thong's eyes searched his face, then his voice lowered, vulnerable as a child. Cookie, do you like me? The room silent. Shankar's hand, which had been stroking Taya's hair, froze mid-motion, their eyes locked, unspoken truth hovering heavy between them. Slowly, Shankar leaned down, pressing the gentle kiss on Thong's lips. Shankar murmuring against his lip, "Yes, I do. I like you so much, more than anyone ever could." Thong's heart thundered painfully and sweetly all at once. A small ripple left him as he wrapped his arm around Shankar, hugging him tighter, burrowing his face deep into Shankar's chest as he softly hummed, "I like you too." He muttered softly until sleep finally claimed him again, safely cooking in Shankar's arms. Shankar rested his chin against him, impossibly closer, whispering word only the night could hear. "You don't even know how much you mean to me, Tay. I want to tell you, but it's just 2 days we have met. I don't want to scare you with anything." Thong blinked away, the heaviness in his eyes reminding him of how long he must have cried last night. He turned to the side, reaching for warmth of Shankar, but the couch was empty. The blanket slipped off onto him on the floor. "Shankar?" His voice cracked as he called out, only to be met with silence. He got up, panic rising in his chest. The paint house bed too cold. His heart sunk when he noticed the clock on the wall, already past 10. Had Shankar left him again? His throat tightened, but then something caught his eyes. On the glass coffee table lay a neatly folded piece of paper, and trembling, he picked it up. "Good morning, there. I had to step out for a bit, but I made a breakfast for you. Don't skip it, Shankar." Thong asked, skipping, his lips parted in disbelief, a faint flush blooming on his cheek. "Breakfast? He cooked it for me?" Before his mind could run wild, a woman in a uniform entered, bowing politely. "Thong, she greeted. "Your bath has been prepared. Your clothes are laid out in the bedroom. Afterward, I will want the breakfast Master John cook it for you." Thong froze. "Master John?" He blinked at her in shock. "When did Shankar hire you?" The maid smiled as if it was the most natural thing in the world. "This morning, he asked me to make sure you are comfortable and cared for." Thong stood there speechless, his chest tightening with emotion. He didn't know how to name. His heart fluttered wildly. His throat burned with the urge to cry again, but this time not from the loneliness. Shankar had thought about him, prepared everything for him, cooked for him. For the first time in a long time, Thong felt of being cherished. Thong held the clothes Shankar had sent him, his fingers brushing over the soft fabric as if he were something precious. The maid had carefully laid them out on the bed after his bath, perfectly ironed and neat. He beat his lip, afraid to try them on. What if they don't fit? What if he just grabbed something at random? But deep down he knew Jungkook wasn't the type to be careless. Lol. Hyung wore the shirt first. The fabric against his shoulder just right, neither too tight nor too loose. His made cock when he fastened the last button. It looked like it had been made for him. Next came a trouser. He pulled them up, and once again they fit like a glue to his body. He started at his reflection in the mirror, eyes stinging as the alarm forming in his throat. He knows me so well. Tongue whispered, voice trembling. Even my size, his reflection showed a man ready for the important day. All he could feel was a warmth in his chest, heart rising in his cheek. Jungkook hadn't just sent him clothes, he had sent a piece of reassurance, a silent way of saying, I see you, I know you, I care for you. Thong smiled softly through the tears and reached for his phone. He opened Jungkook's contact and thumb moving over nervously before finally pressing the call. The line rang once, twice, and thrice. Jungkook's deep voice came. Baby, did you try them on? Thong Sullivan heard his voice shaky but listened with emotion. Yeah, they fit perfectly. How did you even? Jungkook chuckled lowly, as if amused by the question. Of course they fit. I know your body. After all, I have wrapped you around my arms many times. Thong's heart fluttered violently at the word, and he had to sit down on the edge of the bed, clutching the phone tighter. You made me breakfast? Jungkook, smiling through his tone. Eat well before the interview. I want a strong, shining, and beautiful. You will look perfect in those clothes. I chose them because I knew the world should see you the way I do. Tom closed his eyes, letting the tears fall freely now, but he smiled like he never smiled in those months. Cookie, you are too much. Jungkook, never too much, only enough. Now eat, baby. And remember, no matter who interviews you, no matter what happened, you are mine. See you at the company. The call ended, but Tong remained frozen, staring at the reflection again, wearing Jungkook's lucent clothes, glowing with love, the word echoing in his head, mine, you are mine. Tai shyly lowered his head as he was too shy to even look at his own reflection. The maid's voice pulled him out of this thought. Tong Shi, breakfast is ready. Master Sean insisted you to eat before heading out. Tong bit his lip, trying hard to stop the blush on his cheek. He quickly grabbed his phone, clicking a mirror selfie in the outfit. He typed the message to Jungkook. You knew my size perfectly. It fits like it was made for me. I don't know how you do this, Jungkook, but thank you. He hesitated before adding another line, his finger trembled silently. You are making it very hard for me not to fall for you, he precisely said before he could overthink it, clutching the phone to his chest while waiting for Jungkook's reply. Jungkook sat on his leather chair, his sharp gaze fixed on the car, the empty. Standing nervously in front of him, the silence in the room was suffocating until Jungkook finally spoke. Jungkook, what did you do with Dong? Kai shifted uncomfortably, forcing out a laugh that didn't reach his eyes. I did nothing. He was exaggerating things. I just told him he could get a role, and then he was after me. Wouldn't leave me alone. I said I will talk to the director, but he kept pushing. So yes, I scolded him, that's all. Jungkook's jaw tightened. His voice was calm, but the fury beneath was unspoken. How did you meet him? Kai. In the cafe. Jungkook leaned forward, his dark eyes narrowing. And what did you ask him in exchange of the role? Kai froze, his throat bobbing as he swallowed hard. Nothing. I I just asked for nothing. He looked good, so I thought he would look good on camera. That's all. Shankar stood abruptly, his chairs crashing against the floor. He began circling around Kai like a predator around his prey. His voice dropped even lower, little. Oh really? Then why did I see marks on his body? If it wasn't from you, then tell me, why was he so scared of you that day? He saw marks when Ty got drenched in the pool. Kai's breath issued, his hand twitching nervously at his side. No, it wasn't me. He's lying. I did nothing. I didn't call him to the hotel room. He came by himself. In fact, he called me. Said if I offered him a role, he would give me his body. Jungkook's fury snapped. His eyes darkened and his voice thundered, each word a dagger. So, you did call him to the hotel room. You did promise him a role in exchange for his body. Kai stammered, stepping back. No, But Jungkook had already made up his mind. His finger pressed the button on his desk. Within seconds, 4 tall bodyguards entered the office, their presence filling the room like a storm. Jungkook didn't take his eyes off Kai as he gave the cold order. Hold him. Jungkook commanded. 2 guards instantly obeyed, pinning Kai's arm behind his back. Kai thrashed, his voice breaking. Kai, you have got it wrong. I didn't do anything. He's lying. Jungkook leaned back in the chair. With a flick of his finger, 2 more bodyguards stepped forward, piece by piece. Kai's defense, his clothes, his arrogance, his false bravado were stripped away, leaving him exposed and trembling under Jungkook's merciless gaze. Jungkook rose slowly from his chair, every movement deliberate, intimidating. He unbuckled the belt with a soft click, the metallic sound echoing ominously through the room. The leather slid free, colliding loosely with the hand as he walked in a slow circle around Kai. Kai's breath came in short, panting gasp, his eyes darting everywhere for an escape. Please, I swear I didn't force him. He came willingly. I would never. Jungkook suddenly grabbed Kai's chin, forcing him to face upward, so their eyes locked. His voice was sharp, laced with venom. You forced him into your bed and then broke your promise? Do you even know what you have done to him? How traumatized he is? His grip tightened before shoving Kai's hand back. Jungkook slammed the bed against the polished floor with a crack, making Kai flinch violently. No, you don't know, because you have never been in his place. The sound from the wall devoured Kai's desperate scream as the bed finally struck his skin. Each strike lasted with Jungkook's rage. The guard didn't move, holding him in place as the marks multiplied across his body. Jungkook's eyes burned with fury, but beneath the surface of something deeper, a twisted mix of vengeance and protectiveness. Jungkook's hand tightened around the leather belt. He looked like a predator ready to tear apart its prey. Jungkook, you dared to touch what's mine. The crack of the belt echoed across the room as if struck Kai's back. Kai gasped, his knees buckled, but Jungkook didn't budge. Each strike was sharp, deliberate, and laced with fury. Jungkook slammed the belt harder. This is for second. Thong cried, because of you. Kai screamed, trembling, trying to crawl away. But Jungkook grabbed him by his neck and dragged him back like a trash. Look at me when I break you. Another lash. Kai's skin burned, his pride shattered, and tears streamed down his face. His plea grew weaker, but Jungkook only pressed further. He didn't stop until Kai was sobbing, trembling, his voice breaking into pitiful whimpers. Finally, Jungkook threw the belt down, disgusted, dripping from his voice. Pathetic. I don't even need to dirty my hands with you anymore. He pulled out his phone. Jungkook to his lawyer. File everything. Assault, harassment, attempt, blackmail. I want him buried in case by tomorrow morning. Kai's eyes widened in terror, but Jungkook crouched low, staring straight into his solemn, red-stained face. Pray the Lord treats you better than I did, because if you ever crawl back to our lives, there won't be any courtroom, only me. He stood brushing off his shirt as though nothing had happened, while Guy collapsed on the floor, broken, trembling, and staring at the man who had just destroyed him, both physically and legally. The conference room was buzzing with chatter, pens clicking against paper as the production team discussed final detail. Dong sat there nervous, tense, his finger brushing over the edge of the script in front of him. The door suddenly opened. Every head in the room turned toward it immediately. Everything went silent because Yeon Jungkook has entered. Dong, who was afraid a moment ago, the moment his eyes met Jungkook's, his heart slowed. Relief, safety, that was what Jungkook's presence meant to him now. Jungkook didn't say a word as he walked across the room. He came to stand behind Dong's chair, leaning in casually but possessively, placing both hands on the back seat. Dong felt butterflies explode in his chest, his ears turning red as he blushed hard under Jungkook's closeness. Jungkook's closed eyes swept the table. Everything okay here? The room mumbled in unison. Yeah, yes, all good. No one dared to say otherwise. Jungkook didn't move from Dong's side. His hand casually brushed the chair again, lowering it protective. Then, with a polite smile, he turned to the lead actor seated across from Dong. Jungkook, I heard you are the main role with him. Good choice. The actor, always playful, raised a brow and smirked. Oh, Jungkookie, yes, I am. He is really cute though. Is he your boyfriend? No offense. You two looks really close, and as your friend, you didn't tell me anything. Jungkook tilted his head slightly. Why? The actor chuckled, shrugging. If he is not your boyfriend, then after the drama, I'm gonna propose to him. He is just too adorable. The room went silent. Dong froze, his blush deepening, eyes lowering to the table in panic. Jungkook's expression didn't change, but his eyes sharpened like blade. With one slow deliberate gesture, he dragged his thumb across his open throat. Silence deadly. The actor's playfulness faded. He gulped hard, instantly burying his face in the script, pretending to read. Actor, okay, Mr. Possessor, I got it. Everyone else avoided Jungkook's eyes. Meanwhile, Dong's lips trembled as he tried to hide his hand. His heart thundered in his chest. Butterflies, endless butterflies. Jungkook didn't need to say it out loud, but everyone in the room understood. Dong was his. The board member leaned back in the chair, eyes fixed on Dong as they asked him to repeat the dialogue once more. His fingers tightened around the paper, but the word tangled in his throat. His hand shook, his lips parted, but nothing came out because of Jungkook's presence behind him. Jungkook standing behind him, leaned in so close Dong could feel the breath tickling his ear. He resting on the armchair. His voice was deep, calm, teasing. Hold still, breathe. Repeat after me exactly how I say it. Understand? Dong's throat bobbed nervously. He only managed a faint note. Their cheeks brushed, sending a violent rush of tingles down Dong's spine. Jungkook slid his hand over Dong's trembling fingers, steadying the paper for him. His chest pressed against Dong's back, his lips grazing the shell of his ear as he spoke slowly, like he was seducing the words themselves. Jungkook, I have been waiting for you. Every second felt endless without you. Dong's heart stuttered. He blinked hard, forcing himself to repeat, but his voice came out soft and shaky, like a real confession. When Jungkook reached the line where the character was supposed to confess, he didn't say it, just see it. He proved every ounce of hidden longing into it, staring directly into Taung's wide, startled eyes. Jungkook looked intense. Because I love you. Taung breathless repeated the line, and I could never ask for more because I also am deeply in love with you. But this time, without realizing, he added trembling little whisper at the end. And that's real. The room fell silent. The board member exchanged knowing looks, smiling. It wasn't just acting anymore, it was a confession. One by one, they quickly excused themselves, murmuring that perhaps it was the best to give the couple a little privacy. The door shut behind them, leaving only the two of them and the actor, who lingered in the corner, smirking at the expected intimacy. As soon as the door closed, Jungkook didn't hesitate. His phone tongue stirred slightly and leaned down, capturing his lips in the fast, desperate kiss. Tongue gasped softly but meant it instantly, hand clenching to Jungkook's shirt as their mouth moved in sync. Still seated, still caught off guard, Tongue let out a soft whimper when Jungkook deepened the kiss. Jungkook smirked against his lip, his hand curling possessively at the back of Taung's neck. From the corner, the actor cleared his throat, half amused, half uncomfortable. Jungkook pulled back just enough to glare at him, his smirk sharp and dangerous. Without breaking eye contact, he lifted his both hands and showed him two middle fingers. The actor shook it nervously, muttering, "Noted," before slipping out and shutting the door behind him. Jungkook turned back, lips glistening, eyes dark with anger, as he whispered against Taung's mouth, "Now, where were we?" And he kissed him again, deeper, this time, leaving no room for escape. Taung leaned closer, his breath trembling, and it fanned against Jungkook's lips. Neither of them spoke, as if word would shatter the delicate moment. Jungkook's hand brushed against Taung's cheek, his thumb tracing the soft circle. "Jungkook, do you know what you are doing to me, Tae?" Taung didn't smile, his charm glowing brighter than any spotlight. He pressed forward, their lips meeting in a kiss that was soft at first, hesitant, shy. But then Jungkook deepened it, pulling Taung closer by his waist until there was no space left between them. The kiss grew hungry, desperate, the kind of emotion both had held back too long. Taung's finger tangled in Jungkook's shirt, while Jungkook had trailed down his back. When they finally broke apart, panting, forehead pressed together, Taung whispered with shaky laugh, "I think I am addicted to you." Jungkook chuckled, brushing his lips over Taung's again in a teasing beck. "Good, because I am not letting you go." Taung sat in the backseat of the car, scrolling through his phone in disbelief. Every news article, every trending hashtag was about him. Kim Taung, the nation knew heartthrob, only 2 episodes in, and he has stolen the spotlight. The actor with charm, and that can't be tough. Taung covered his face with his hand, cheeks burning. This feels like a dream. 2 episode cook, just 2 episodes, and people are calling me their favorite actor already. How is that even real? Jungkook, who was driving, glanced at him with a smirk. It's real because you are Kim Taung. You were born to own the spotlight. He ruffled Taung's hair affectionately. And also because you had the best coach standing beside you in the boardroom. Taung laughed and swayed his hand away. "Yeah, stop taking credit. People love me for me. Not because of you." Jungkook stopped the car and turned toward him. "They might love you for your charm and talent, but I love you for the way you are. Handshake when you are nervous, the way your voice cracks when you are shy, and the way you look at me like I am your whole world." Jungkook's eyes shimmered as he whispered, "You are my whole world." Jungkook leaned in, pressing a tender kiss on his lip, slow, full of warmth and the promise. When they pulled away, Taung rested his head on Jungkook's shoulder, smiling softly. "Tae, I lied when I said it's not because of you people knows me, but in reality it's because of you. People knows me cook because you taught me to the industry. You showed me acting. You pursued my dream. You told me I am good. You complimented my dream of becoming actor. If it's not for you to meet me that day, I wouldn't have been standing here today. So yes, you brought me to this world where people knows me, and it's all because of you. Were always behind me, standing proudly to support me. So thank you so much, Cook, for always supporting me. Shankuk, I'm glad you gave me the credit thing. The car filled with silence, but it was the comfortable kind. Outside fans were howling banners with Tong's name, chanting for him. Inside, Shankuk tightened his grip on Tong's hand. Let the world have their favorite actor. Shankuk murmured, kissing the back of his hand. But you will always be my favorite everything. Tong chuckled, heart pounding, knowing this was just the beginning of his career, of their love, of everything they were faced together. And this time, he wasn't afraid of the future. He was ready to shine.